Folks, may I ask you to close your eyes for a moment? I'd like you to place yourself in the middle of the gospel reading. Just think about what it means for these two who were walking on the road to Emmaus. Over the last few days, you've watched Jesus, your rabbi, your teacher, your Messiah, be arrested, be sentenced to death, be crucified, and placed in a tomb. Heartbroken, you and your companion are leaving Jerusalem. Jesus was that prophet, mighty in deed and word before God and the people, and you were hoping he would be the one to redeem Israel. But all the things you've heard since then, too. I mean, Judas is no longer with the 12. In fact, no one seems to know exactly what the 12 are. Then some women have brought astonishing news that Jesus' body is missing from the tomb. They say he has risen, but where is he? Where is his body? And you are heartbroken, filled with questions. It's a long walk home going to Emmaus. This long and sad and dejected walk. Now open your eyes. Stepping back into your own life, you know what it's like to walk roads like that, when situations just seem to empty you out. War looms, and even if it's far away, people wonder if it touches their daily lives. Maybe something has happened at work that's going to affect you and your family. Or things might be different at school, and it won't be just the same for your children or your grandchildren. Maybe you got word from your medical insurer that they're not going to cover something you need. Perhaps a family member has disappointed you profoundly. And maybe you're just thinking, it's just not fair. It's just not right. These two who are walking from Jerusalem to Emmaus are joined by another traveler. You and I know it's Jesus, but they just don't seem to recognize him. They invite him into their conversation. After all, it is such a long walk. Jesus asks them questions and let them continue their talking through all their sadness, their dejection, and their doubt. He didn't rush them to easy answers or explanations. He let them wonder and think. And that evening, the two asked Jesus to stay with them, to eat and to rest. When he blesses and breaks the bread, they finally recognize him. Like the two on the road, you and I are in the midst of our journeys. In moments of prayer or the quiet of our hearts, Jesus asks you questions and lets you ask questions in return. Open your hearts to him. Jesus is not afraid of our questions. He wants to hear, he wants us to think and to talk through what we know or what we don't know. Talk about dilemmas we face, or even how to live the Christian life each day. Questions are not a sign that faith is lacking. Questions are an altogether different sign. And to kind of recall a phrase from St. Thomas Aquinas, faith seeking understanding. The questions are good. Consider what a conversation over a meal or a walk can accomplish in our lives. And recall from the scriptures how many times Jesus is walking with folks, sitting with them, sharing a meal with them. Jesus heard a lot. And in conversations, he made that space where people could find where they could come to believe or find relief that's rooted in hope. We are a people, we are a parish community rooted in hope, a people of faith who continue the mission of the church by serving others, sharing faith, and caring for one another. We share a commitment to advance the message of Jesus Christ, and we do this because Jesus is present, and God is still at work in us. It's a long walk to Emmaus. Just like our daily journey is that daily conversion and heart to follow Jesus. In conversion, we trust Jesus will be there to listen and to guide us. Hey folks, I want to pass along a message from our administrator, Kelly Hession. She wrote a letter that's in our bulletin this weekend. I read it. It's a good letter. It talks about parishes, hope, the Christian life, going forward in life. I ask you to take the bulletin home and to read it too. Separately, we've got some important needs facing our community ahead. and we continue to plan responsibly for our future, it will involve doing several things. Part of that will also involve, say, strengthening our offertory and meeting our diocesan appeal goal. Planning for our future, what we do locally is strengthen what we do together with the diocese. And things that kind of are supported, we enjoy here at St. Michael's and at St. Jude's, well, the diocese helps us with, say, training our faith formation leaders like Joanne and Steve Taylor. I know many of you know John Bullock. John's going through formation for the diaconate, and we see him in our parishes. Many of you saw him during Holy Week helping us here. Kelly Hessian is able to participate in leadership development and enrichment to serve our communities even better. And there's safe environment training for our staff and our volunteers who work with children and with vulnerable adults. And there's support for our retired priests. And for us, well, we've got friends like Father Mackey and Father Toole. We know that they're both in nursing homes, and the diocese supports them in their nursing home stays, helps make that possible. I think back to Christmas time when the Bishop Mark had a lunch for the priests. I had the privilege to have lunch with Father Mackey, who's filling me in on all the history of things here because he's been here for so many years. I know he's close to the heart for so many of you. I want to let you know he is well, and he appreciates that we're able to help just keep him in mind and in prayer while he's in a nursing home. So just a few things to pass on. In the coming weeks, we'll have the chance to do some things during Mass in Pew, just to talk about the appeal and talk about our weekly support of our parish. Blessings, folks.